Bismillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. So inshallah, today we are going to start book 2. And alhamdulillah, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have completed book 1. And whatever good we do is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and whatever mistakes we make or whatever weaknesses we have, they are from us. So we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us our shortcomings. And inshallah, I would like to begin with the verse of Surah Araf, verse number 43. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقَالُوا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي هَدَانَا لِهَذَا وَمَا كُنَّا لِنَهْتَدِيَ لَوْلَا أَنْ هَدَانَ اللَّهُ. Praise to Allah who has guided us to this, and we would never have been guided if Allah had not guided us. So all guidance is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He guided us to this, like to what we are doing now, learning the language of the Quran, and inshallah trying to learn and then teach as well. So our lesson number 1 today from book 2. All right, so as usual, inshallah, we will look at, first we will look at the content, and we will look at the objectives of the lesson, some important points that we are going to discuss. And most of them, alhamdulillah, you already know. It's basically just a review of what we have done in book 1 and bit of extra information. In fact, these lessons, mashallah, they are like heavily embedded with lots of new grammatical points as well as dialogues. So inshallah, the more we practice, again, the more we will be able to learn, inshallah. All right, so in this lesson, we learn the following. The first thing that we are going to learn is inna, and we read it a lot when we are reciting the Quran. And it has, like in Arabic, first we look at the types of sentences. And I'm sure, inshallah, now you know that there are only 2 types of sentences in Arabic language. Only 2 types of sentences. The first one that we talked a lot in book number 1 is the nominal sentence. Al-jumlatu al-ismiyatu, the nominal sentence. Whereas the first word is a noun. As we can see here, al-kitabu sahlan, the book is easy. So al-kitabu is noun, and sahlan is also a noun, but the first one is definite and the second one is indefinite. So we know that from book 1 that the combination of definite and indefinite nouns makes it a complete sentence. And we call them, as you can see here, the first part is called al-mubtada'u and the second part is called al-khabaru. So the combination of the subject and the predicate makes it a complete sentence. Okay, and the second one we haven't really started yet, but we have like done a couple of sentences. For example, kharaja bilalun, dhahaba bilalun, jalasa, hamidun. Couple of verbs we have already taken. So the verbal sentence, al-jumlatul fi'liyatu, wherein the first word is a verb. So that is the biggest difference between nominal sentence and verbal sentence, that nominal sentence always starts with a noun and the verbal sentence always starts with a verb. For example, we can see here, kharaja bilalun, Bilal went out. In English, even like we have Bilal first, the noun comes first, but in Arabic, when we talk about the verbal sentence, then we can see here that the verb comes first. And I think this is the biggest difference between the English sentence, the structure of the English sentence and the Arabic sentence. The English sentence, normally we can see that it starts with a noun or it starts with a pronoun, whereas in Arabic, the sentence can start with a verb as well, as we can see here, kharaja bilalun, and there are many of them which start with the verb. All right, the particle inna is used at the beginning of a nominal sentence. So inna is used in the beginning of a sentence. What is particle? Which category does it belong to? How many parts of words are there in Arabic?
3.
Only 3, yeah? What are those?
فعل.
Okay, we started with the noun, so ismun, a noun.
اسم فعل
Yes,
حرف.
ism. Okay. Fi'l, verb. And the third one is harf. Yeah, that's
Harf.
right. Harf. So harf can be a preposition and it can also be a particle, as we can see here. So inna is basically a particle. The particle inna is used at the beginning of a nominal sentence. Okay, for example, the sentence that we have taken here or studied here is Al-Kitabu Sahlun. Al-Kitabu Sahlun. The book is easy, all right. Now, when we use inna brings two changes to the sentence. What are those two changes? Number one, the change in the meaning. It is used for emphasis. It's used for stress. It's used for, like in Arabic, they say tawqid, to make it like stronger. And number two, the mubtada becomes mansoob. The mubtada becomes mansoob. So instead of dhamma, it changes into fatha. As you can see here, al-kitabu sahlun, al-kitabu has dhamma, but when we use inna, after that you can see that the noun, the dhamma of al-kitabu changed into fatha, and we know that fatha is, when noun has fatha, it is accusative case, or it is, we say mansoob in Arabic. So, inna al-kitaba sahlun, note that the noun after inna is mansoob, i.e., it's the accusative case. After the introduction of inna, the mubtada is no longer called mubtada. Now, what happened here? We say al-kitabu is mubtada and sahlun is khabar, right? But when we use inna owns the mubtada. It owns the subject. And then we call it, in fact, it owns the whole sentence. So we call that this one is, as you can see here, it is called ismu inna. So al-kitabu will be ismu inna and sahalun will be khabru inna. So what happened, inna has, like, it's just like when we see, it's just one particle, but it has like brought so many changes in the meaning. And when we see, when it says meaning, as you can see here, inna signifies emphasis. It can be translated as indeed, surely, no doubt, and verily. So al-kitabu sahlun, the book is easy. But when we say inna al-kitaba sahlun, then it will be translated as indeed, or surely, or no doubt, or verily, the book is easy. So changes in the meaning and also changes in the i'rab of the sentence. And also al-kitabu, now al-kitabu has become al-kitaba, and it is called ismu inna, and sahlun is basically its khabar, but it is called khabru inna. So ismu inna and khabaru inna. So some changes have taken place, inshallah. So when we like go through the text, we will try to analyze more and more. Any questions so far? So we say ad-darsu sahlun. If I say the lesson is easier, if I want to say indeed the lesson is easier, how will I say? Ad-darsu sahlun.
إن الدرس سهل.
إن الدرس
Yes, inna ad-darsa sahlun. Okay.
سهل.
Yeah. So inna, what does like, there is a change that ad-darsu changes into ad-darsa. So dhamma changes into fatha. So it becomes inna ad-darsa sahlun. Indeed, the lesson is easier, or it's easy. Okay. And as I mentioned here, in mubtada, what happens? Dhamma changes into fatha. So al-mudarrisu jadidun, the teacher is new. And when we want to say, oh, really, indeed, the teacher is new. So we will say, innal mudarrisa jadidun. Indeed, the teacher is new. And as we can see here, Aminatu talibatun. Now you know that Aminatu doesn't have tanween. because it belongs to the category of the nouns that do not accept tanween. And we have discussed a lot. So what happened here? Inna aminata. So it was aminatu. And when we used inna, it
Inna
changed into mansub. So it became inna aminata
Amin
talibatun.
Aminata.
Nothing happens to the predicate. The khabar remains as it is, but the subject changes and the dhamma changes into fatha, and the meaning also changes. Now it would mean, indeed, Amina is a student. Okay, if the mubtada has two dhammas, they change to two fathas. We know that the noun, when it is marfu', it has dhammatain. For example, we say hamidun. When it is mansub, it will have fathatain, so we say hamidan. And when it is majroor, it has kasratain, we say hamidin, right? So hamidun maridun, hamid is sick. And when we use inna, now what happens? Hamidun changes into hamidan. Inna hamidan maridun, indeed Hamid is sick. All right, so there is no doubt, like he's really sick. And now Hamid is not mubtada. We will say Hamid is ismu inna and maridun is khabaru inna. Ismu inna and khabaru inna. All right, so now we can see here some variations in the nouns, how they are changing and what impact inna has. It has impact not only on the meaning, but also it has impact on the noun endings as well, the endings of the nouns as well. All right, this is, I believe, part 1. And now here comes, like we discussed a lot in the previous lessons, attached pronouns. Okay, so can we go through the attached pronouns only once? For example, who, huma, hum. Do you remember?
Hum.
Who, huma,
Yeah.
hum,
Home.
ha,
Huma
ha, hunna.
Hum.
Okay,
Kuma
ka, kuma,
Ka
kum,
Kum
ki,
Kima
kuma,
Kun
kunna. I have prolonged it a bit. It's just ki. Okay, ki, kuma, kunna. And then we have e
Kunna.
and na, right? Now here, if you want to say, if you're someone, you are talking to him, you want to say anta ghaniyun, you are a rich man or you are rich. But when you want to say, or when you want to emphasize, you will say innaka ghaniyun, indeed you are rich. Okay, innaka ghaniyun, indeed you are rich. And now you will inshallah appreciate the beauty of the use of innaka. Look in the Quran, it is innaka anta as-sami'ul alim. So innaka, anta, both of them have been used. Okay, innaka, indeed you, anta, you. So we cannot really translate it into English when we want to appreciate the beauty of the Quran. So now we will say innaka anta as-sami'ul alim. So look at the emphasis that we are like using, or it has been used in the Quran, and this is where our aqidah and tawheed comes in play. Like innaka anta as-sami'un, indeed you are the one who listens, and indeed you are the one who knows everything. All right, now here the rest of the attached pronouns will be the same. All of them will be attached to inna. So for example, we want to say indeed he, we will say innahu. And indeed both of them, innahu, innahuma, innahum. Indeed she, innaha, innahuma, innahunna, and innaka, indeed you, right? So you can see here innaka, innakuma, innakum, and then innaki, innakuma, innakunna, inni, and inna. But here there is a bit of change. Both of them are used in the Quran. Inni is also used and innani is also used. Similarly, inna is also used and innana is also used. I believe innani and innana, they are used in the Quran like more than 5 times or 6 times. So inni also means indeed I, and innani also means indeed I. And inna also means indeed we, and innana also means indeed we. Basically, there is a tiny noon that is added, which is called al-noon al-wiqaya. So that noon basically comes into, here, comes into action, and then either we can insert it or either it is okay to not to insert it. For example, you say inni talibun, indeed I am a student, and you can also say innani talibun, indeed I am a student. And similarly, inna tullabun, indeed we are students, and innana tullabun, indeed we are students, right? And if you see in Surah Taha, verse number 14, innani anallahu la ilah. So indeed I am Allah. So again, look at the beauty. Innani, indeed, and then ana, again I, Allahu, am Allah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, innani anallahu, indeed I am Allah. And similarly, innana sami'na, in Quran it's used a lot, right? And inshallah, when you explore more, and inna is indeed a lot. Inna a'tayna kal kawthar, and there are many surahs that start with inna as well. Inna indeed refers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well when it's in the Quran, and it also refers to the persons who are talking, al-mutakallimin, the one who are talking as well. Okay, now inna has some sisters. So there is a topic in the Arabic language, and in the grammar you will see it's called inna wa akhawatuha. Inna and its sisters. Okay, why they are called sisters? Because basically kalima means a word, and kalima is feminine in Arabic, right? So that's why when we say inna and its sisters, means all the words that belong to this category, all of them are the sisters of inna. Why they are called the sisters of inna? They have the same function. They enter on a nominal sentence, and they give fatha to the subject. So the subject becomes mansub, and the predicate remains the same, and we will call that ismu la'alla, and then we khabaru la'alla, the same thing that we discussed about inna. Now there is a word la'alla. This is also a particle like inna. It is called one of the sisters of inna. Grammatically, it acts like inna. It signifies hope or fear. So it has two meanings. Either it gives the meaning of hope or it gives the meaning of fear. For example, al-jawu jamilun, the weather is fine. And when you say, I hope the weather is fine, you will say, la'alla al-jawwa jamilun. So as you can see here, la'alla. So by the use of la'alla, what happened? The subject changed into mansub, so it became la'alla al-jawwa, and predicate didn't change, but we will say this is that the subject of la'alla, and this is ismu la'alla and khabaru la'alla. I hope the weather is fine. But when we say al-mudarrisu maridun, the teacher is sick. When we say la'alla al-mudarrisa maridun, so then it would mean I am afraid the teacher is sick. I am afraid the teacher is sick. And now the word la'alla is used, or I should say the particle la'alla is used a lot in the Quran. And sometimes it means fear and sometimes it means hope. Right? Is it clear? So
Ustad, how would you know that it's I'm afraid rather than hope? So for example, if someone wanted to say, I hope the teacher is sick.
Well, do you really hope so that the teacher is sick?
No, of course not.
I mean, it depends, like depending on the students or depending on the person, like what intention he has got, like, or what context he's talking about, right? So when the teacher is absent and he's not there, so you would say, I'm afraid the teacher is sick, right? So you will say, لَعَلَّ الْمُدَرِّسَ مَرِيضٌ. So here it would mean, I'm afraid the teacher is sick.
Before start of class, we can hope, sir.
So you can hope before the start of the class that the teacher is sick?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially when you're young,
All right.
like
So-
elementary and middle school.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and I believe even now when I'm taking my classes, I believe as a student, we are the same, whether it's elementary school or
We're
high
just
school.
hoping
Or,
that he's sick. I don't think we're afraid of
Yeah.
him getting sick.
so I'm afraid the
So-
teacher is sick. Yeah. So, but if you want to say, I hope our teacher is rich. Yeah. So you can say, لعل المدرس غني.
غني.
Yeah, you don't know, but if you hope that he is a rich man, then you can say لعل المدرس غني, right? Ali, I hope I answered your question, inshallah. And in this lesson, we have the example of I hope only. So inshallah, when we go through the text and when we see that the meaning is only I hope or I hope, so we will like get used to it, like when it is used in the context of hope and when it is used in the context of fear, or when you want to say I'm afraid. All right, anyone familiar to this word, dhu? This word means having or possessing.
Ustad.
Yes.
If you scroll up a little bit,
All right. So
is there any difference between innani? If you can go up
inni
to
and
the,
innani, both of them are the
Yes.
same. Both of them are the
and then,
same.
and then what about the other one? You scroll
Inna
up.
and innana, as I said, both of them are used in the Quran and both of them have been used. Inni and inna are used most frequently or more frequently, whereas
can't see.
innani and innana are like they are less common.
Can you scroll up? Okay.
All right, yeah, sure. So
Yeah, because we couldn't see when you were talking.
here,
Okay. Yeah. Can you go
inni,
over one more time, please?
and most of the times what I've noticed or what I've learned, like this is like the usloob of the Arabs, like whatever they feel comfortable with, they go along with that. For example, inni is easier than saying innani. So that's why you will find that the use of inni is more frequent than the use of innani. And similarly, inna
Oh.
is more frequent than the use of innana. But both
So
of them have been used in the Quran.
you gave the example of innani an Allahu, an Allah.
Yeah, innani,
And then
no,
there is
innani
also inni
an
lakum
Allahu.
nadhirun mubin.
Yes. Indeed, I am Allah.
And so they're both the same. If we read the verse innani an Allah,
And inni
or
and inni
إني
and Allah, when
بريء
Allah
مما
subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the
تشركون.
Quran, yeah.
or
إني
if we read
بريء
the
مما
verse
تشركون.
inni lakum nadhirun mubin.
Yes, that's right. Indeed, I
So they're-
am a
So they're
clear
both the
warner
same.
to you. Yes. Inni lakum nadhirun mubin. That's right. Yes, and inni is like, as I said, it's more frequent than innani. The meaning and the usage is the same. Okay, this word means having or possessing. So dhu malin, possessing wealth, i.e. wealthy, and dhu khuluqin, possessing manners and well-mannered, and dhu ilmin, possessing knowledge, like learned person. It is always mudaf, and the following word is mudaf ilayhi. So, and therefore it is majroor. So that's why you can see that the word malin and khuluqin and ilmin, three of them used here, they are majroor. And why they are majroor? Because the word dhu is always used as mudaf, and it's just like on of its own kind. It's used like either singular or plural, and also it's used as dual as well. It's used for feminine and masculine as well. When we go down, inshallah, we will see that. All right, we have learned two more words similar to that in book number 1. I hope you remember them. Not similar to that, but like they are always used as mudaf. Two of them we have learned, and they belong to this same category. There are basically 5 of them. Al-Asma al-Khamsa, they are known by the names of 5 nouns or 5 names. So the first one that we learned was Abu, right? Abun means a father, but when we talk about somebody's father, we will definitely use as it mudaf, and the one that is like the son will be mudaf ilayhi. For example, you say Abu Bilalin, the father of Bilal, Abu Bilalin. And the second one that we learned is
Akhu.
Akhu, excellent. Akhu. And similarly, we can say Akhu Hamidin, the brother of Hamid. So Akhu with waw, Abu with waw, and now we can see Dhu with waw, of course. Dhu. Three of them we have learned now that they always come as mudaf, and the noun that comes after them is mudaf ilayh. And there are only 5 of them. 2 of them, inshallah, we will learn later. All right, so similarly, the feminine is also there, and the feminine of dhu is dhatu.
No?
Yes.
Yeah.
For example,
Very
we
low.
say Bilalun. Okay, maybe I need to mute. All right. Okay, so Bilalun dhu ilmin. Bilal is a learned, and wa ukhtuhu dhatu khuluqin. Okay. And his sister is well-mannered. So now you can see here, when we use for Bilal, we say dhu, and when we use for his sister, we say dhatu. Wa ukhtuhu dhatu khuluqin. The plural of dhu is dhawu, and that of that is dhawatu. And now we can look at the examples here. Hadha talibu dhu khuluqin. This student is well-mannered, and هؤلاء الطلاب ذو خلق. These students are well-mannered. So for the students, for the plural, we have the wu. There is an addition of waw, and we know that waw is preceded by dhamma. Waw, there is always dhamma before waw. When we talk about huruf al-madda, like we say ba, bu, and bi. So alif normally fatha comes before alif. Dhamma comes before waw, and kasra comes before ya. And هذه الطالبة ذات خلق. This student is well-mannered. And هؤلاء الطالبات ذوات خلق. Now you can see here that the plural is ذوات. These students are well-mannered. As I said, this lesson has lots of new ideas. And I believe unless we go through.
Quick question.
Yes,
Dr.
please.
Mohammed.
Yes.
So the second example, هؤلاء طلاب ذوو خلق.
Yes.
Why is the dhamma on the first waw? The woo. Is that
Can't you see
or-
that?
Well, why is it there?
Because the waw is preceded by dhamma. Yani, the demand of waw is that there should be a dhamma before it. For example, if you want to read it, this is how it is written in Arabic language. For example, you want to read 2 waws together, then how will we read them? How will we write, or how will we read? So what happens when you have 2 of them together? The one that comes first will be with dhamma. Dawood, right?
Got it.
Yeah, so you can see here 2 of them are together. So the first one has dhamma on that. All right, have you ever heard or come across this particle,
Yes, in book 1, sir.
In book 1, okay. So Irfan will tell us the difference between and au.
Meaning is the same, sir, but we use in the interrogative sentence. It is written there.
Excellent. Yes, interrogative when we are asking a question. So we use it means or, but only in interrogative sentence. For example, we say, Atabibun anta am muhandisun. Are you a doctor or an
Engineer.
Yeah, and amin Fransa huwa am min Almania. Is he from France or Germany? So you can see here, whatever comes after a should come after So as you can see here, after a we have a noun. So also after we have a noun. Here after a we have min, and here after we have min. Okay, so as you can see here, whatever comes after a, and we have taken a before, it is used to ask questions.
Hamzatul istifham.
And min, as you can see here, is a preposition. So after a we have min, and similarly after we have min as well. And similarly, Bilalan Ra'ita Am Hamidan. Did you see Bilal or Hamid? Now Bilalan here, it is mansub because of Ra'ita. Ra'ita is the verb, and then this is subject verb, and then Bilalan is the object of Ra'ita. That's why Bilalan is mansub. So Bilalan Ra'ita Am Hamidan. Did you see Bilal or Hamid? So as you can see here again, after we have Bilalan, and here after we have Hamidan. So noun, and the noun is here we can say that the noun is marfu, and here the noun is marfu. Here the noun is majroor, but we cannot see it because Fransa is mabni. So we know this is majroor, but the ending will not change. And similarly, Almania is also the same. The ending will not change here. What if we have here Pakistan, and here we have Hind?
Got it. Amin al Hindi.
Min al Hindi.
Amin al-Hindi huwa am.
Min
Min al
Pakistan.
Pakistana.
Okay, if you say Minal, then you have to say Minal Pakistani.
Man Pakistani.
Yeah. And if you want to say Min and without al,
Then
then it will
Min
be
Pakistana.
Pakistana. Excellent. Amin al-Hindi huwa am min Pakistana. All right. And here, Bilalan Ra'ita am Hamidan. Did you see Bilal or Hamid? So here, as you can see, Bilal has fathatain and Hamid has fathatain. If I want to bring if I want to bring Ahmad here. So what will be the case ending of, I want to bring Ahmad here and I want to bring Ibrahim here.
Ahmada and Ibrahima.
Ahmada.
Okay, so Ahmada, Ra'aita, Ibrahima.
Ibrahima.
Right, and why Ahmad and Ibrahim do not accept tanween? Because they are?
Ibrahim is non-Arabic name, sir, and Ahmadu is on the wazn of Afalu.
And it's a proper noun. Okay, that's number
Proper
one. Number
noun.
two, why are they mansub? What's the reason for them to be mansub?
Because Ra'aita, sir.
Object.
Ra'aita, yes, Ra'aita is the verb and the subject, and Bilalan is the object. And we know that the object of the verb is mansub. So that's why they are mansub. They have fathatain. Even if you don't get it right now, that's fine. That's okay. Because when we start the verb, I gave you a brief introduction of the verbs before. And when we, inshallah, start the verb, hopefully in the next lessons, it will be, inshallah, clear. And the same thing here, note that the particle a precedes one of the two things about which the question is asked, while precedes the other. So it is wrong to say anta mudarrisun am talibun, as we discussed before, that mudarrisun anta will be the right construction and anta mudarrisun will be the wrong construction, because after after we should bring the noun, and then we can bring the what do we say, pronoun. But if I say anta mudarrisun am anta talibun, then it should be okay, right?
Can you
Repeat again.
If I say anta mudarrisun am anta talibun, so anta, then it should be okay, right?
Without anta, sir.
Look here, this is wrong. Why this is wrong? This sentence is wrong. Why?
Anta mudarrisun.
Ant is a subject. Am I right?
No, as we look at the previous examples here, that after if we have a noun, that then after there should be a noun. Okay.
Correct.
After
Yes.
if there is a pronoun, then after there should be a pronoun.
Noun.
All right.
Makes sense.
So as you see here,
So,
anta
it should
mudarrisun.
be
So anta is a pronoun.
mudarrisun anta.
Yes. Am talibun. That's fine. If either you say mudarrisun anta am talibun, or you can say anta mudarrisun am anta talibun. So whatever comes after should come after or must come after Otherwise the construction will be wrong. And here, adhabta ila makkata am juddata. Here is a mistake. Why it is wrong? Look at here. Ila makkata adhabta am ila juddata. Because after here, what do we have here? We have the verb, right?
So we should
But
also
here
have
after we have noun.
Can't reach the internet right now. Check your.
Right? Did you get it?
yes.
Yes.
So after whatever comes after must come after Otherwise, the construction will be wrong. So
And that's the correct pattern.
yeah, as you see here, ila makkata dhahabta am ila juddata. So you see here, after ila we have makkah, after we have ila, and here after we have ila. So we have preposition after and we have preposition after But here what we have dhahabta, here after we have the verb. If you want to use and after that if you use a verb, then it should be okay. For example, if I say adhabta ila makkata right?
ذهبت
إلى
إلى
ذهبت
جدة.
ila juddata, then it should be okay. So whatever comes after must come after all right.
Okay.
Okay. And in non-interrogative sentences, aw is used for and it means or as well. For example, khudh hadha aw dhaka, take this or that. Now it's not an interrogative sentence, affirmative sentence, so that's why, or it's like you're making an order to someone. So you say khudh hadha aw dhaka, take this or that. So now we do not have any question. That's why we will use aw. Ra'aytu thalathatan aw arba'atan. I saw 3 or 4. Ra'aytu thalathatan aw arba'atan. So again, you can see here, there is no question here. There is no hamzatul istifham. We don't have here. We don't have hal here. So that's why we have aw here. Kharaja Bilalun aw Hamidun. Bilal or Hamid went out. So one of them went out, either Bilal or Hamid. So 3 sentences, as you can see here, خذ هذا أو ذاك, رأيت ثلاثة أو أربعة, خرج بلال أو حامد. Now in these 3 sentences, we can see that there is no question being asked. So when there is no question being asked, then we will use أو. When there is a question, then we will use and all right. Like in English, we say either are and either or and neither nor. So they come together. Similarly, and they come together. And now we are getting towards the end of, inshallah, the points of this lesson. Miyatun, 100, and alfun, 1,000. Miyatun and alfun are always used as mudaf. Okay. And we can see here that miyatun has an extra alif here. It's an added alif, but it is not pronounced. In some countries, like in Pakistan, in the books, you will find that miyatun is written like this. Only hamza is there, and hamza with fatha, and alif has been dropped. But in the Quran, the Mus'haf that we have here, we can see that there is alif as well. So miyatun, and it is always used as mudaf. So miyatu kitabin, 100 books. Okay, now a few things that we should know about them. Miyatu and alfu, the mudaf, these are the numbers, and what we have after that, the ma'dud will be singular. The ma'dud will be singular, and it will be mudaf ilayh, it will be majroor. Okay, so you can see here, in English we say 100 books, 100 books. We have s, of course, because 100 is plural. However, in Arabic, it will be miyatu kitabin. Only the singular noun will be used. The plural noun will not be used. So we will say miyatu kitabin. And similarly, if we want to say 1,000 riyals, we will say alfu rialin. Again here, real is just one unit of currency. So we will use singular here, but it will be majroor. Why? Because it is mudaf ilayh. So miyatu and alfu, they are used as mudaf, and the noun that comes after that is mudaf ilayh for sure. And the only difference between the numbers, you remember the numbers from 3 to 10? The numbers from 3 to 10 also mudaf ilayh. We have mudaf ilayh, but from 3 to 10 mudaf ilayh is plural, but here mudaf ilayh is singular. All right. Whereas miyatu and alfu are used for both. They are used for feminine or masculine. Whether the noun is feminine or the noun is masculine, we will use miyatu and alfu. It will not change. In other words, miyatu is used for feminine noun and for masculine noun. For example, we want to say miyatu siyaratin, 100 cars, and miyatu kitabin, 100 books. We know book is masculine and siyara is feminine. Similarly, alfu realin, 1,000 reals, and alfu siyaratin, 1,000 cars. So both of them, miyatu and alfu, are used for masculine and feminine. The noun that comes after that will be mudaf ilayh, and it will be singular. Mudaf ilayh and singular. And we know that mudaf can change depending on the usage in the sentence. Whether if it is marfu, it will be with dhamma. If it is mansub, it will be with fatha, and if it is majroor, it will be used with kasra. For example, here you can see هذا التلفاز بألف ريال. Here fa has kasra. Can you please tell me why? Because of
Ba is harfu jar.
Yeah, because of the harf jar ba. So that's why the number, which is 1,000, changed into kasra because of ba. So it became bi alfi riyalin. And here we can say that alfi is majroor because of the preposition bi. And similarly, miyatun and alfun have the same form with the feminine, and as I told you, alfu muslimatin wa miyatu talibatin. So whether the noun is masculine or feminine, the number will remain the same. It will not change. For both, it will be used as alfu and miyatu. And we have reached this point, is a little bit irrelevant, but because we have not taken the verb, so it will be a little bit hard to understand, but since it has been used in the book, so I will just give you a brief idea about it. Ghalin is expensive. For example, هذا الكتاب غال. This book is expensive. Here, ghalin is not majroor. This is a little bit like we know that a noun that has kasratain is majroor, but here, what is the construction of this sentence? Can you please tell me? What kind of sentence is this, and what is the construction of this sentence? هذا الكتاب غال.
Nominal sentence.
It is a nominal sentence. Which one is the subject and which one is predicate?
Subject is هذا. Al-kitab is mudaf ilayhi.
No. Mudaf ilayhi never takes al. Mudaf never takes al.
هذا كتاب expensive كتاب قال is خبر.
Al-kitabu is the predicate.
Okay, now هذا الكتاب is one of the incomplete constructions. We have learned like around 4 or 5 incomplete constructions. For example, we have learned هذا الكتاب, this book, when you are pointing towards something. Similarly, we say kitabun jadidun, we have mawsuf and sifa, right? We say kitabu Bilalin, the book of Bilal, so that is mudaf ilayh. And then we say fil maktabi, we have jar majroor, and we say amam al masjidi, in front of the masjid. So we have learned like 5 incomplete constructions. If you remember the rule of thumb, I told you that the incomplete constructions, they will be either subject or predicate. we cannot break incomplete construction into subject and predicate. No, the complete incomplete construction, the complete incomplete yani compound construction, the complete compound construction will be either subject or predicate. So هذا الكتاب, this book is compound construction, incomplete sentence. So هذا الكتاب is subject and غال is predicate. We know that the predicate is marfu', but here it has kasratain. Here it has kasratain, but this is marfu'. This information is difficult to digest, but inshallah we will take it as it is. Ghalin is marfu', but the noun can be marfu' with kasratain. And this is the extreme of like, where we can say that this is the peak of learning Arabic, inshallah. And when we reach that level, then we will be able to understand most of the Arabic, inshallah. So, هذا الكتاب غال, this book is expensive. هذا الكتاب is the subject, غال is predicate, and both of them are marfu'. Both of them are marfu'. Basically, as you can see here, غال is not majroor, it is marfu'. It is basically ghaliyun. But what happens when there is kasra before ya, then it changes into tanween and it becomes kasratain. And inshallah, again, as I told you, when we reach this level of the verbs, and inshallah soon, then we will come to know like why it changed into ghalin. And it was basically ghaliyun, but because there is a kasra before ya, so it changed into kasratain and it became ghalin. And there are some examples. Just please look at the examples. There is no need to worry about it. There is no need to focus a lot. The only thing I will tell you that this is called ismul manqus. And ismul manqus is like defective ism, defective noun, a noun that has ya or waw inside it. Okay, so muhamin means a lawyer. Basically, it was muhamiyun, but it's changed into muhamin. And when you say ana muhamin, ana is subject and muhamin is predicate, and both of them are marfu'. I am a lawyer. Similarly, qadin, it was qadiyun. And when you say abi qadin, my father is a judge, and wadin is a valley, and hadha wadin, this is a valley. However, when you want to use ta marbuta, then what happens? The ya comes back. For example, there is a lady and she wants to say, I'm a lawyer. What will she say? Ana muhamiyatun. Muhamiyatun. So ya has come back. All right. If there is a lady and she wants to say, I am a judge, what will she say? Ana qadiyatun. Yeah. So the ya has come back. Okay. And so similarly, radin, when someone is satisfied, ana radin, I am satisfied, I'm happy. So the person, when he's saying, he says ana radin, and the lady, when she says I am satisfied or I'm happy, she will say ana radiyatun. Ana radiyatun. Now this word you can find inshallah in the Quran. It's used many times. Radiyatun. All right.
Okay.
And inshallah, as it's written here, you will later learn more about this class of nouns, insha'Allah ta'ala. And now we have a look at the vocab. I know it is a lot of information. It is maybe most of the information here is new, but inshallah, that's how we proceed. I'm sorry to say, I don't want to use this expression, but I should say that learning Arabic is not like a walk in the park. We have to take it a little bit serious. And we have, yes, it is easy to understand, but with a condition of putting lots of effort. Because laysa lil insani illa ma sa'a, we have to put lots of effort, and inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it easier for us. Just look at the, here, let's look at the vocab of the lesson, and inshallah, then we will finish our class. So, dhakiyun means intelligent. And the opposite is ghabiyun, used for someone who is stupid. Khuluqun is used for manners. Miyatun, 100. Alfun, 1,000. Rupiyatun, rupee, the currency that's used in Pakistan, India, and some other countries, I'm sure as well. So rubiyatun, rupee. Mutazawwijun. Now you can see here the second last letter has kasra. Mutazawwijun, someone who is married. And azabun is unmarried. Azabun is ismul jamid, yani it is the noun by itself. It is not derived, whereas mutazawwijun is derived from tazawwaja yatazawwaju. So person, when he's like born and when he grows up, like he's azabun, and when he becomes married, he becomes mutazawwijun, so he becomes derived. Okay, safhatun is page, najihun, one who passed the exam. Okay, najihun, can you tell me what patron it is on the patron of?
Fa'ilun.
Fa'ilun, yes, excellent.
Fa'ilun.
Doer, yeah. So najihun, the one who succeeds, who passes the exam. Yahudiyun, Jew. Yahudun, Jews. So one is Yahudiyun and the plural is Yahudun. Mu'jamun, dictionary. Dularun, dollar. Ghalin, expensive. And kummun is used for the sleeve of the shirt.
Salif.
Yes, the sleeve of the shirt. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. I have already shared the handouts. I would like you to please download, go through them again, and inshallah, when we do the lesson tomorrow, it will be
Inshallah.
inshallah.
Thank you. Walaikum salam. Tipo de média.